What the world thinks about Korea's politics. The drama around Yoon Suk-yeol continued to be one of the major international news stories around the world. Despite the constant negative political news out of Seoul, the international name recognition of BTS, Samsung, or Nobel Prize laureate Han Gang is probably still higher than that of any politician. However, in key foreign ministries and intelligence agencies overseas, there is undoubtedly an acute focus on how developments in Seoul will impact their own diplomatic strategies in an increasingly contested Indo-Pacific. In Tokyo, Prime Minister Ishiba Shigeru is barely holding on to power with his minority government and has little bandwidth to make major diplomatic moves with Seoul. But behind the scenes in the ruling Liberal Democratic Party, his main nemesis is Takaichi Sane, who is ready to use the nationalist card against Korea to undermine Ishiba's position if anti-Japanese politics emerge in Seoul. In a recent survey of Japanese security experts I conducted, over 80% said that continuing to build security and diplomatic cooperation with Korea is of high importance, but many worried that politics in Seoul and Tokyo could get in the way. In London, the Foreign Office Asia hands will likely be depleted by political development in Seoul. After Brexit and Britain's search for a global role independent of Europe, Korea stood out as a promising anchor in Asia. The 2023 Downing Street Accord laid out an ambitious agenda for UK-Korea relations, including joint action to enforce UN factions, cooperation on hosting the AI Safety Summit, and negotiating an FTA. Countries like Japan, Australia, Vietnam, and Britain all recognize that the region is multipolar and that working with like-minded states increase each of their influence to shore up the U.S.-led system and moderate U.S. behavior. Korean governments hewed to the idea that Asia's future was being determined in the bipolar dynamics of U.S.-China relations for longer than Australia, Britain, or others, and there was great excitement when Yoon embraced multipolarity and the Indo-Pacific as a foundational concept for his foreign policy. This question now for many governments is whether Yoon has blown up this new strategy in addition to his own government. Nobody in politics in Seoul should get a pass on this question, while media and the National Assembly debate will overwhelmingly be about domestic politics. The question should be asked to emerging leaders on both sides of the aisle. What will you do to keep Korea's global influence strong as we come out of this political crisis?